Welcome back to Season 4, Episode 1 of the Run to Remember Memorial Marathon Podcast. I'm here with Kari Watkins. We are live at the end of the training kickoff race.
At Lively, where we're introducing something new we'll talk about, but you ran and you survived.
I ran. It was great. And
I look like I ran, but you really did run.
I experienced the Oklahoma elements. We had some wind, we had some cold weather, we had hills.
I had a runner to tell me that Mother Nature was having fun with him.
Mother
so I thought
Nature
that was a pretty good
had
line.
Fun. But you know what I say, if you're going to run in Oklahoma City in April, you've got to experience the weather. So we got some practice.
So
this
today
morning.
on race day, on this training run, we're 97 days. We're less than 100 days out from the race. 25th Memorial Marathon, 25th Run to Remember. Can you believe it?
No, I can't.
You were born this year, I think, right?
I wish.
Yeah. Anyway, something new this year. The podcast comes out on Fridays instead of Thursdays, so it's ready for your weekend run. And I hope you're catching our 30 Stories of Light on Facebook and social media every week, because you're gonna see some marathon stories on there as well.
Yeah, and just really get to the heart of why we run, why we have this race, and just the neat things we have in store for the 25th anniversary.
So tell me about your training run.
All right, so I am planning on running the half marathon this year. Actually, I'm going to do the Why We Run weekend series.
The whole series.
I'm going to do the 5K and the half marathon. I've been training a little bit. For those of you who've been with us for the past 4 years, I had hip surgery 2 years ago, so this is my kind of comeback year. I'm excited. I ran a half marathon a couple weeks ago, so I'm ready to go.
And your dad and I are in charge of your cheer group.
That's right.
So we're excited.
Yeah.
So first time marathoner, welcome Kaylin. You made the training run.
I did. I was excited for it.
How was it?
I loved it. It was very windy though. I wasn't prepared for that, but it was good.
So your training has started.
It has.
And we're a week behind because of the ice and snow last week. So you already started training, but how's it going?
It's going really well. Like you, I had an injury, and so I'm coming back from that, and so this will be kind of the test to see if I can do it, but so far it's going really well.
What made you decide to run a marathon?
I had several friends that did it last year, and so I thought this would be kind of a neat one to jump into. There's a lot of excitement with it, and I work out of the Federal Building, and so I thought it would be kind of a fun event to do, and so I kind of jumped right into this one.
So where do you work?
I work at the Federal Building at the MEPS.
Oh, awesome. That's incredible. So your organization was in the Memorial Building?
They were. So I wasn't, I joined the organization last year.
Right.
So I'm kind of new to the Federal Building. But
well, we're glad to have you. These are the medals. So these
are beautiful.
This is what you're going to earn. You said you're running the full marathon.
I am.
So this is what you're going to get.
It's gorgeous.
So this is what you're going to work for.
Okay, now I know what I'm earning.
Yeah. So I think that's important, just to know that we did something special for the 25th, and so today there's donuts and beer, and you chose water, which you're wise. Everyone got a stocking hat if you ran, and a what do you call it? A buff. I don't know what these are called, but excited to have hundreds of runners here running to remember. Any tips for your last moment?
Not really for me. I'm in the phase where I'm learning everything, so I've been talking to the other runners here and getting all the tips from them.
Do you have a training group you're running with, or are you just out on your own?
I'm kind of out on my own, but after talking with everyone, I think I'm probably going to join a few.
Yeah, there's lots of great options in the OKC running community.
The training groups are all here today, and you got to go meet some of those folks. It's a great way to meet people, but most importantly, they cheer you on, and they're with you, and they stay with you, and it's a great way to build your community in running, and just to get involved in one of those groups that runs weekly, and I think you'll be excited for that.
Absolutely. I think that's one thing I'll take away.
Yes, it is good accountability.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck. Keep us posted on your progress.
Absolutely.
We'll follow up with you. Okay. Thanks so much.
Joining us now, we have Chris Fleming, this year's marathon chairman. And you were out on the streets of OKC this morning doing the training run. I tried to keep up with you, but I couldn't.
Well, we had a good north wind, so that helped a lot for about 2/3 of the run, and then after that it was not as helpful.
No.
So.
How was it? Was it brutal?
You know, the sun being out really helped, I think.
Sun's a little deceiving.
It is, but there's solidarity in numbers.
That's true.
So we all were kind of enduring it, and had a great crowd, as you can see. But yeah, it was not too bad.
Have you picked up your
My buff and we got the swag.
Beer?
Tried the beer. The Marathon Blonde, it was good.
Kari just outed you on drinking a beer at
It's a
8:30 a.m.
It's a taste.
8:45.
Oh, well, thank you for the 15 minutes. It's just like Gatorade, but different.
Okay, perfect.
Right. So, Chris, what are you training for this year? Are you ready to full
Oh,
again?
I'm probably going to run the full again. I'll kind of make that decision in the next week or so, but probably the full.
What do we have to look forward to this year? What's unique and special about this 25th anniversary run?
I mean, one, that it's the 25th. Going to be amazing people come to town for it. I think, we're on pace to, knock on wood, to surpass registration records. So we're really excited about that. Lots of different countries. I think, what are we lacking? Alaska and Rhode Island. So if anybody listening can get someone from Alaska or Rhode Island.
In Alaska.
You do?
I do.
They need to
Okay,
come and run.
I'll give them a call.
So we've got 2 states left to get all 50 states. We have a new quarter marathon this year, which is a new offering, which will be pretty interesting and unique. But I think it's just going to be a great celebration come the end of April. Just to kind of be a cherry on top of the April calendar this year.
Yeah.
Well, we're so excited about the energy. People, no matter how cold it is, people have the best attitude, and they're excited to be here. I think they're actually excited to be out of the house running, and the fact that you get to run to remember makes it even better, right?
I totally agree. And, we're going to be stuck in the house, it seems like, the next few days, because it's only going to get colder from here. And again, I mean, you just look around, the community comes out and supports, even kind of in the worst, some of the worst elements.
It was one of those mornings where you kind of get up and you look at the wind chill and you think, nobody's going to show up to this, and you get there and you can't find a parking place.
I was totally worried last night. I'm like, there's going to be 12 people. 2 of them are going to be, or 3 of them are going to be the 3 of us. So there's going to be 9 other people, and what are we going to do? And
I got up early, drove the course, saw the police getting out. I went into my office to do some work. I thought, I'm just going to stay working.
Yeah.
Normally I can hear the roar and the people downstairs. No one was talking, but I went down there and it was packed.
Yeah.
So it was very fun to see the excitement and to see old generations. That's
Absolutely.
the other thing. You see young and old and people who've done it forever. I saw a couple of people who've run them all. It's just going to be a great year. And we're so appreciative of all your work and all your guidance.
Glad to be of service, and looking forward to another great marathon season.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
That's right. Let's
Thank you
marathon.
guys. Yeah, absolutely.
With runners' health in mind, no one understands the importance of hydration while running or walking more than the doctors, nurses, and staff at SSM Health St. Anthony Hospital. That's why they are the official partners with the marathon of the hydration stations. Along each mile of the course, race participants can hydrate officially at sanctioned marathon hydration stations with signs bearing the SSM Health St. Anthony Hospital logo.
I'm Tammy Powell, president of SSM Health St. Anthony Hospital. The Oklahoma City National Memorial is just steps away from our campus in Midtown. We are reminded of our mission every April 19th, and we remember the impact that day had on our city, our state, and on our nation. As Oklahomans, we have a lot to be proud of, and this marathon is a testimony to the resilient spirit of our community. St. Anthony is honored to be able to serve the people of Oklahoma City, and we will always remember.
We're back with Kobe, News 9's Kobe. Dylan, thanks for being with us.
Oh, yeah.
This is your running gear?
No, actually, I'm going to coach a 6 and under basketball game, so I felt like I had to dress like Bob Knight.
Okay.
I'm ready to throw some chairs.
Yeah, don't throw a chair today. Do not,
Maybe wait until they're 7.
do not throw a chair.
Only 3 kids cry. That's a win, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
So you're gonna run? You're waiting to see what the boss says? What's the deal?
I want to run. I'll tell you that. I know, our coverage is so involved that weekend.
And incredible.
Yes.
So I don't know if I'll have the time to run, but I was looking at. To be honest with you, I stepped on the scale and was like, it's time to start running again, buddy. It's time to start running.
Well, you know what? You could run the quarter.
There you go.
And then go cover the story. Or you could put a mic and a camera on.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Or
We'll
the
work on the
5K.
boss.
Run the 5K on
The 5K.
Saturday, cover
Yeah,
on
but if you're
Sunday.
gonna run the 5K on Saturday, you ought to run the quarter on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Right. You gotta
Ease into it, right?
Yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
But then you can be part of the Why We Run series that As much helps us with. But most importantly, you guys do a great job covering the race. All hands on deck. What's it been like?
It's been one of my favorite parts of working in News 9. It really is. I mean, there is so much care and compassion, but not only that, but just attention to every little detail of the race. And I think that what I love about working at News 9 is that a lot of folks were here.
Right.
A lot of folks remember, and when it comes to the race, there's a dedication to making sure that we cover it in its fullest, but also covering like why it matters.
Right.
And really, it is all hands on deck.
It really is.
I remember last year, nobody expected a tornado outbreak right before the race. And I remember thinking, I was out on Gorilla Hill. We were about to do our coverage.
Weren't you in a banana costume?
I was in a gorilla suit.
Gorilla suit, okay.
Yeah, that is true. And I saw the pace truck roll by, and I was like, well, David's not working. David Payne's not working. He was here until 2 o'clock this morning. And then sure enough, there goes David in the truck. And I was like, what in the world is he doing? I think that people know how important it is to this city and show it in our coverage.
Yeah, that was a long weekend, and I talked to David before he went to bed for 30 minutes and when he got up, and I'm like, you think we should do this? And he's like, let's run. And so I'll never forget that call with Nathan and David, and just their spirit, and that says a lot about you guys and just your willingness to step in and help us tell this story and share our mission. But we'll either look for you in a gorilla or banana costume, or you'll run the race. Okay?
Yeah, I like all three of those. All three
Or
of
you
those.
could run the race in a gorilla costume.
That's even better.
I don't know. That gorilla costume's pretty. It's a little warm.
Well, good luck in your game today.
All right, thank you very
Behave,
much.
and thanks to you and all your News 9
thanks
buddies.
for all you do at
Appreciate
News
it.
9.
Only 2 chairs. I'll only throw 2 chairs.
okay,
That's
all
it.
right, sounds
That's a
good.
promise. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. All right, we're joined now by Tammy Powell, president of SSM, and you are sponsoring the hydration station.
We are.
Yes, and we all, as runners, we all know the importance of hydration. I'm sure in the medical field you do as well.
That's right. It's very important that you keep hydrated before, during, and after.
St. Anthony has been a partner forever, was the go-to place on April 19th. You were there working.
That's right.
Just reflect back on that day of darkness and how we got to these years of light.
Okay. It was a day that we'll never forget. Of course, it's so important to our whole mission of the memorial, but on that day, my duties were to be in charge of the family center. And the families, in those days, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have internet, and trying to connect people looking for loved ones with the healthcare providers in that time. And it was a challenge, to say the least. And I walked around for a full day with names in my pockets thinking, well, if I hear about this name and which hospital, so we would, we very quickly got together as a healthcare community and started communicating with the big hospitals every hour on the hour to say, who have you brought in, so that we could connect families with loved ones. That was probably the very beginning of our response as a healthcare community for times of crisis and tragedy. We've had since then several tornadoes, and we as a community have just gotten stronger and stronger in how to make sure that we are prepared for things when those things unfortunately happen.
Well, our good friend Polly Nichols was taken to St. Anthony's, where she went right into surgery. I've heard her story and Larry's story about trying to find just the work that the medical community did in those early days, hoping there would be a lot more, I know. But on the ready, Dr. Tom Caniglione, who's a big part of our race, was at St. Anthony's at the time. You guys have continued to step up and kind of shine as healthcare. Why is that so important to remember how far we've come and just from those lessons we learned 30 years ago?
So many of our healthcare providers were there now. Granted, the last 32 years, less of us are still there. But we feel like it's so important to remember that day, our experience, and how that we all have to be prepared to assist our community as needed. And our healthcare providers all came running. When that event happened, your natural inclination is to want to go be with your family and love those loved ones that you have. But our healthcare providers were the exact opposite. They were running down the street to make sure we had enough people to take care of those in need.
Remarkable. So today, 30 years later from April 19th, but 25 years of the race, you guys stepped up again. You helped hydrate everyone. Thank you guys for your help, and for all the men and women at Saints and SSM who were there and those who have followed. It's important to teach that story to them as well.
That's right. 30-40% of our workforce probably wasn't even alive when this actually happened. And every year they are willing to come in. You spend a great part of your day volunteering to be part of the memorial, to make sure the hydration stations are manned, and they are happy to do it. It's a day to remember, and it's a day to celebrate our community.
And there's a great hydration station at Saints.
Yes, we're very committed to that hydration station, and my goal is to have someday that hydration station be like Gorilla Hill, where it's a destination. It's right at the very end. You're going downhill on the way to the finish line. That's my goal.
So you're running?
I am doing the half.
Okay, great.
Yes, every year.
You've been a faithful runner as well. So
Yes.
Thank you so much, Tammy. You also serve on our board. We're so grateful for all you do for Oklahoma City, and then and now. Thank you very much.
And I'm thankful to you. Thanks, y'all.
Welcome back, Corbin. Thank you so much. Corbin Wallace is here with Trevi, a new product.
Yes.
Great for runners. Tell us a little bit about it. You're a runner.
I am a runner. I am actually going to be running in the race later this year. So excited to be running the marathon.
Great.
We love Trevi. Trevi Hydration is an electrolyte powder product used that we really want people to use every single day. What we've found is that people are just dehydrated. People are not drinking enough water. And so one of the reasons why we created Trevi was to encourage people to drink more water. So what we did was we created a formula that's healthy for individuals that they can consume multiple times a day, and promotes a kind of a healthy lifestyle. And we don't think that water and hydration should be boring. And so what we did was we packed it full of flavor with 0 sugar.
All right, well, I gave it a try this morning. It was my first time to try it
Great.
after I was out on the training run, and I tried the raspberry.
Okay.
It
It's
is
so good.
delicious.
I put it in my Christmas stockings at my house.
It
was
delicious.
a big hit.
Love
And
it.
so what other flavors do you have? You've got raspberry?
Right now we have raspberry, berry lemonade, which is a fan favorite, lemon lime, and orange. And then next month in February, we're going to launch 5 new flavors: watermelon, strawberry kiwi, sour cherry, grape, and cranberry lychee.
And something's coming out in April here.
Yes, so right now the formula that you had today and that we have on market that can be found on drinktrevi.com or Amazon is a daily hydration product. It's something that you can use in the mornings, in the afternoons. It's a low sodium product, so you can consume it 3 or 4 times a day. We're coming out with a sport formula that's really kind of geared towards runners and endurance athletes, and we hope to launch it in April, right around the time for the Memorial Marathon.
That'd be
Yes.
great. And have it at the
Perfect
expo would be awesome to have that. So Simple Modern been a great partner.
Yes.
You guys are part of Simple Modern.
Yes.
What made you guys go do this?
So what we did was, at Simple Modern, we're always looking for new great products to build. We've been building drinkware products, beverageware, and food storage products for the last decade. And about 1.5 years ago, we were thinking we need to have another product that we can really kind of support and bring to market. And we already sell millions of products a year in the drinkware space. Why not go ahead and try to find a product that you can put in your water bottle?
You fill those away. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
so we had this kind of this other product line that we saw as an opportunity to enter in the market, and we think that there's like another great company out there in the beverageware hydration space.
And they go hand in hand.
Yes.
Put your Trevi in your Simply Modern cup.
Absolutely.
And you never know. There might be a marathon Simple Modern bottle coming out. You just never know.
That's exciting.
I think that'd be a pretty great product to come out with.
Yeah,
That'd be
I think so too.
Well, we're so grateful for you guys to be here today,
Yeah.
and you're hydrating people, helping them replenish, and we're so grateful for all
Yeah.
you guys do.
Yes.
I'm
Thank you
excited
very
to
much.
incorporate this into my
We love
daily
it.
beverages. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, joining us now we have Olivia Tarver, who is running the 5K and the quarter marathon. Olivia, thanks for joining us, and thanks for signing up for both races.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to talk with
You're
you
doing the
guys today.
series, Why We Run. That's awesome.
Yes. Now, you've
So-
run the half before.
Yes.
So what made you decide to try the quarter this year? It's our new race.
Well, I was actually wanting to do the half marathon this year, but since I'm in nursing school, my schedule's a little bit different
lot.
this year, so I can do what I can. So the
So
quarter
you're going to do the quarter marathon. You're 25 years old.
Yes.
That means you were born the year this race, this first year of this race.
I know.
Think about
it's
that.
crazy. It's crazy.
So it's fun to have a 25-year-old on. This is we talked to Running USA this week, and they're like, you got to go after the 25-year-olds, and so here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, so
25
you've
years.
grown up. You've not known our city without this race.
Yes, I have not. I was barely a thought when it started. So.
What month were you born?
August.
August, okay.
What made you get into running in the first place?
Well, my mom was kind of on a health journey in 23. And she was like, Olivia, do you want to try it out with me? And I was like, okay. So 23, did my first half marathon and fell in love with it ever since.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Yeah.
And your dad worked the event?
Yes. My dad was actually a first responder when the bombing occurred. So he helped everybody, and that was kind of a scary time at that time, obviously, but he's
Is he
very
still a
important.
policeman, or is he?
Yes,
He is?
he is still a police officer. He was with OKCPD at the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They were an important part of this story, and we're excited to have you run.
Yes,
And we'll
I'm
be
excited.
following your journey along, and it'll be fun to watch you come across the finish line as a 25-year-old. Won't that be amazing?
25-year-old running the quarter marathon on the 25th anniversary. It's great.
Yes, that's amazing. I'm excited.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Olivia.
stopping by today.
Thank you guys for having
Best
me.
of luck.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Celeste, you ran today. You're preparing for the 5K and the half.
Yeah.
And tell us what made you decide to run.
Well, I think I'm a little bit crazy for running in the weather.
Yeah, well, that's
hey,
a whole other
all
subject.
runners, Kari says all runners are crazy.
Yeah.
You're in good audit. You're in good company.
Yeah. After a little bit, I warmed up a little bit. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but I am so attracted to the running community, and even though it can be hard, there's other harder things in life. And so doing it, especially at the memorial and starting there, like it's so impactful because, you know, it's like something was taken and this is just us making it a little bit better, you know? So it's just kind of like our way of like honoring and, you know, doing our best, you know?
And you started listening to the podcast.
Yeah, I started listening to you guys last year when I was at work, you know, trying to let time fly, and I was really inspired of all the stories that you guys share and all the running tips that you guys share as well, like, and then I was like, you know what, I think I want to do it, you know, so.
That's the best.
That's great. And you know, for me, on days like today where it is cold and windy, the stories that I've heard over the last 4 years while doing this podcast just inspire you. You know, when you're in a really hard spot in a run, you just kind of think of the why we run.
Yeah.
And remember, and it's truly helpful. It really makes an impact on like your mental
Yeah,
ability to do it.
especially in the beginning of the run today, I was just so emotional about, you know, again, just everyone coming together and what it all means. So I really appreciated that. You know, I tried to suck it up and not like let tears fall, but you know.
Well, thank you for running. Thank you for having the heart to understand the mission and why we run. And we'll see you both Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, you will.
We'll look forward to seeing you at the finish line.
All right. I hope
right.
to see you
Joining
guys
us,
too.
Celeste. Best of luck.
All right, thank you.
You know, I think, Kristin, one of the things about this race that's so important is when you think about the three businessmen who created this, they talked about the marathon being like the healing of the city.
Yes.
And that would be long and hard and arduous and complicated and steps forward and steps back and progress and failure and all that goes with moving on. And I think it works so well hand in hand with what this community has gone through, how we built the Memorial Museum. And so to hear her say that,
Right.
and to hear her reflect on just both the emotion of it and the hardness of it makes all their dreams, I think, come true. We'll be talking to all three of those founders sometime this season, and we look forward to just hearing from them.
Yeah, truly getting to the heart of why we run.
Absolutely.
We're joined now with Nick Williams of Lively Beer. We have a new partnership this year with Lively Beer. Kari, tell us a little bit about
Thanks so
that.
much. I mean, you guys have stepped up, and we worked a little bit on design together, but tell us a little bit about the new beer.
Yeah, so this is our blonde ale. We wanted something for the runners, so something light. They're going to obviously be getting off a marathon. So we have this blonde ale recipe, very light, kind of almost like a wheat ale in terms of flavor. So just like something when you're done running, it's going to be super refreshing and still give you a lot of different flavors as well.
You know what's funny about runners is you think of them as just like ultra healthy,
Yes.
but I mean,
just over here
a
drinking.
runner loves a beer after
Yes.
a run. Why do you think that is?
I think there's something like, for me, like a long day's work like deserves a good cold beer. I think there's something similar. You run, as many miles as a runner does. Obviously you also need some calories and some carbohydrates to get your energy back. But having a cold beer I think just helps reward yourself.
But it's early and you've served a lot of beers.
That part, you guys could probably answer that better than me.
But I think they've seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah, we haven't had any complaints, luckily.
Good feedback?
So, yeah, good feedback for sure.
So tell me what goes into this partnership and why it's so important for you guys.
Oh man, so I've had family friends who were devastated by the bombing, and so for me, this event has always been like something I think really brings Oklahoma City to life. Obviously, our location being so close to the finish line as well. So when you guys approached us, I really didn't care what it was going to take on the back end to get it done. I really want to do it just to be a part of the community, because I really feel like Oklahoma City really shines during this event. And so when it came to trying to come up with the label and all that kind of fun stuff, you guys really gave us an awesome label to work with, and it was just a no-brainer, something that we love to do every year and be a part of. And so this year, getting to do it was just. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be one of my favorite things we've done as a brewery so far. So.
Well, the label is a courtesy of our good partners at Ackerman McQueen, but
they
did a great job, didn't they?
Yes.
It's great.
But I think it'll be fun. Where's it available? Just here, or will it be?
So it's gonna be here. It's gonna be launching middle of February. Okay. So we're hoping most of your liquor stores are gonna have it, your local liquor stores. We've got some other places we haven't really got it into the sets yet, but we'll have it. Hopefully with some of your people that sponsor you.
And the Finish Line Festival will have it available, right?
Yes, it will be the Finish Line beer along with our Cowboy Cold as well.
Great.
Yeah.
And so, are you even 30 years old?
Me? Oh gosh, what a compliment. I'm a little bit older than 35.
So do you remember the bombing at all, or?
Yes, I was in elementary school. So, but we had a family friend who was her husband passed in it, and so it is something like our community was saying. We lived out in Surrey Hills, and so I think I felt it, but obviously I was 5 or 6. But definitely knew that family friend who was impacted. Wow. So yeah.
So we're 25 years later for the marathon, 25 years of this race, 30 years since the bombing.
Yes.
You run an incredible spot, kind of a rebirth of Oklahoma City. What does this anniversary symbolize to you and to our city?
I think the resilience of Oklahoma City, obviously we all know what downtown was like back when the bombing happened, and it was not a place you really hung out, from what people tell me. But as we've gotten into 2008, sports coming in and all this other stuff, your guys are a huge part of, I think, what puts OKC on the map now. Besides being like a cattle town, now we have stuff that you actually come downtown. I can't tell you how many people come through from out of town or staying at the Omni or anything down here who will come by, have a beer, tell us where they're from and stuff like that. We ask, why are you in Oklahoma City? And we get more and more people telling us for tourism, not just for a conference or anything like that, but just to come by and see the city.
I was on the elevator at the museum this week, and a mother and daughter from the state of Washington. They were coming for the Alan Jackson farewell concert.
There you go, yeah.
And they decided to go ahead and do Air Supply or whoever was here last night. And they came in on Thursday. They made an entire 4-day weekend over a concert. And Oklahoma City benefited from their visits. Thousands of people liked him. Oklahoma City has become a destination. And places like this, places like the Marathon help make it very extra special and kind of create that culture. So
for sure.
Thank you guys so much for stepping up to help us.
I want to say thank you guys, because it's like a really prideful thing for me to say to anyone we ever get to collaborate with. So
thanks for hosting us and let us take over today.
Yeah, no, this has been a blast. A little early, but
yeah, a little early, I agree.
You're probably used to later nights in this.
A little bit, but quality assurance starts really early in the morning, so it's nothing new to us.
Well, let's do a cheers to 25 years.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's marathon.
Let's marathon.